Hey cuties, welcome back. It's your host Zanaya, and on today's episode, I will be talking about how I spend a typical day with the Lord. Now, of course, I have my own life outside of the Lord, right? However, I live for Him every single day, and our relationship is so close to where it's like I can't go a day without him. So every single day, every single thing that I do, I invite him in. So that's why I really say how I spend a day with the Lord because he's a part of me, basically. So and that's how it should be regardless. That's how it really should be, but you know how some people be like, well, do you have a life outside of God? Like, can you not? I hear some people say this, like, you don't have a life outside of God. You can't um, not talk about God. And it's like, until you are in our shoes, you won't understand that God is a part of us. Like, he lives within us. He is a part of us. So, yes, we have free will. We can do our own things, live normal lives, but we include him in everything. And until you have that relationship, until you have that bond, you're going to just assume that, oh, we just want to talk about God all day, or whatever the ignorant comments are. But it's like, until you get there, if you get there, hopefully you'll get there, but you'll be like, wow, I see what they mean. I see why. But yeah, on a typical day, when I wake up, I try to pray immediately. Now, sometimes, I'm human. I may run to the bathroom or check the time or, just do something so randomly. But again, I always try to make it a priority to pray in the morning. And when I pray, I love to, go at the side of my bed and put a head covering over my head. I'm going to list the scripture that mentions that. But yeah, I love to cover my head. I love to pray in private. I don't pray in front of other people. I always pray in private. If I had a prayer closet, I don't at the moment, but if I did, I would be in there praying. But yeah, I love to pray along my bedside, cover my head, and just pray to the Lord. I thank Him for waking me up this morning. Every single day that He gives me, that He gives us, is a blessing. So I just thank Him for that. And after I pray to Him, I I basically continue on with my morning schedule, skincare, shower, all that good stuff. But as I'm doing those things, I love to listen to the Bible. Um, I have it on my phone, the app on my phone, but I just love to listen to the Bible. I had a physical Bible. It's kind of a long story with that, but I had a paperback Bible, right? And it was like $2 or something like that off Amazon. That's all I really could afford at the time. Um, well, still can afford. But I had a paperback Bible, right? And of course, after a while, it started to tear apart. It was freaking paper. And one day when I was living in my car, I I don't know if some of that contributed to um, me being frustrated about my circumstances at the time and it literally just falling apart. And just probably a combination of both of those things, I ended up throwing the Bible out. But before I did that, I had the um, app on my phone. So I'm like, okay, at least I have the app, even if I don't have the physical. And, of course, I'm going to get a physical. I'm talking about a hardcover physical that I can highlight and do all these things with. But that was my very first Bible, that paper one. But again, I love to listen to the Bible via audio. as I'm doing, what I'm doing. And to be real, y'all, I am in constant communication with the Lord. Like I said, everything that I do, I include Him in it. So, you know, I am constantly talking to Him. He is constantly talking to me. And, it's a relationship. Basically, most of the things that I do either revolves around Him or it's just a part of my typical day. Basically, after I do that, um, I mean, it varies day to day, right? But I do love to get out in nature, go on walks. And, honestly, I truly love going on walks because it's like I have more of an intimate time with the Lord. Like there's just not people and distractions around me per se. Like like just on that walk, it's just like my mind just, it just feels so free, so decluttered. And, I just spend that time, talking to the Lord, telling Him how I feel, things like that. And another reason why I am so glad that our relationship is so close is because, again, like I stated, like He literally lives within me. So it's like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, just not, like, I know He's there. I know, like I'm not talking to anyone imaginary. Like He is literally there. He communicates with me in so many different ways. So, but yeah, I love to go on walks. Um, what else? The other day I actually went to like a state park that has a trail you can walk on and it has like different things going around. I On that walk I decided to get on like like the boat ride like in the pond and you like pedal on the boat. Um I was being spontaneous that day and I was just like, I want to get on this boat ride like, so I did that. I was just talking to the Lord the whole time. It was just us, I went by myself. So I would say that one of the benefits out of, walking with the Lord is like you are never afraid to be by yourself. Like I have Him within me, so I never feel alone, inside, physically, like I never feel alone. So it was just so amazing to, just look at my past life, the girl that I couldn't stand being alone. Like this old me, I cannot stand being alone. I wouldn't go places by myself. I needed someone around me. You know what I mean? Like just to even do little things, And just transitioning into walking with the Lord, like I am so comfortable being alone. I actually rather be alone. It's crazy. I I don't need a crowd of people around me. I don't need people around me to do things. Does that make sense? Like for example, with the I was about to say paddle boat. It was my first time doing it. So that boat ride, for example, like in the past, I would have never done that by myself. To be real, I would have never done it by myself. If I was doing it with a group of people or whatever, sure, let's do it. But I am just so comfortable being alone. You have to, I'm telling you, when you are walking with the Lord, He literally shows you, like, I am all you need, And that's exactly how I feel. Like, I can walk alone. To be real, I mean, I would be so satisfied walking alone, just me and God. Like, that's how much He fulfills me. Everything else is temporary. So, so yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love being alone. I can be alone. I can go anywhere alone and not be afraid. I could go to a concert by myself. I can go out to eat by myself. We've done that before. Um, that was amazing. Even the first time I did it, because again, I used to be like, oh, I could never go out to eat by myself, or I would look at people and be like, how do they do that? Like, how can they sit alone by themselves and trust? It is the best thing. It is the best. And I don't know, it kind of stops you from trying to seek validation from other people, like, or caring about what other people think. Like, it doesn't matter. It is perfectly fine. It is nothing wrong with being alone, like doing things on your own, being comfortable in your own energy. You understand what I'm saying? So, that was a huge transition for me and I absolutely love it. I'm never going back. But yeah, we do things like that. Um just spending time with him, of course, throughout my day. Not only am I in constant communication with him, but I spend time with him as well, whether that's, well, I don't have the physical yet, but reading my Bible, um, you know, sitting in silence, just talking to him, like listening to worship music, all of those things I consider spending time with him. And again, while also including him in the things that I do. I don't care if I'm going to get my nails done. I'll be like, Dad, what color should I get? Like, literally, he is right. That you guys don't understand. He is literally right there listening. He wants to be a part of your day. And I do just that. I am perfectly fine, let me tell you. And like I said, it is just the best feeling. Um, and, I'm still kind of new to it. Like, I've only been following him for a year, but it's like, I feel like I missed out. I missed out on so much as far as our relationship, even though he was already there. You'll have this revelation one day, like when you get close to the Lord and then you realize, I know this will hit for some people, but um, you realize, like, damn, he was there the entire time. Like, he was there even when you don't even know him, even when you're not acknowledging him. He is there. He is always there. He is, I forgot one of the omnis. Is he the omnipresent, omniscient? He's all of those things because what I'm trying to say is he is basically everywhere. Every corner of the earth he sees, he knows everything. He literally does. He sees everything. So every time you speak to him, every time you pray to him, he's listening. You're not talking to nobody, or it's like, yeah, it'll get up to him when it just get up to him. No, he is always listening. When you call out to God, he listens. So so yeah, I can't go a day without him. um, I include him in everything and I'm in love with it. I really am. Like, I've just come to a point in my life where I put God above anybody. Anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. God will always come before you, above you. And that's just how it is. That's really how it should be. And I don't know, it's just like I can't thank him enough for what he has done for me, the peace he has brought into my life. Like, how could you forget about someone like that? How could like, how could you forget something like that? You never, me personally, I will never be able to forget it. I tell him all the time, like, Dad, I could never go back to my old life. I could never go back to living without you. I can't. It'll just be impossible for me. And I mean, no shade, but it's like I'm not one of them people that just, you know, go to church once a week and think that that's spending time with the Lord and think that's, like that lukewarm relationship. Like, no, we are every day locked in constant communication. And it's also like He is guiding my life right now. That's why it's like when you do the will of God, when you let Him order your steps, you have to stay in that constant communication, because you have to know what to do next. You have to know what he wants you to be obedient to. You understand what I'm saying? And again, even though it's new for me, even though I've decided, yeah, I'm following his will. I don't want to go that way where I think I should go or what I want. It's his will. His will will be done. So yeah, it's like I have to stay in that. You understand? Like I have to um constantly be communicating with him because I need to know I need to know what to do, which way he wants me to go. And all I know is this path, this way, his will is the perfect path. He already has written it out. It's perfect. He knows how to, I'm telling you, he knows how to guide your steps. He doesn't need help from anyone. So that's really just a typical day with the Lord. Like I said, each day varies, but it's so crazy because in the beginning of my journey, when I was, learning about him, building that relationship, my prayer to him was always, Lord, I pray our relationship gets strong. I pray that our relationship gets so strong that we are inseparable. You understand what I'm saying? And I am living in that answered prayer. We are closer than ever. And I wouldn't want it any other way. I mean, it's going to continue to grow stronger. But like, this will be on a different episode. But this is why I need the Lord every day as well, because He is even going to be in the center of my family, the family that He blesses me with. Y'all, I'm single. I have no kids, nothing. Like, He is literally going to build me the perfect family. But like that family, He is going to be in the center of that. I'm teaching my kids about God and living in His will, and He is just basically going to be here until the end. Every part, every new thing that happens in my life, He is a part of. And again, that's just how it should be. That's how it should be because when you pass, you get to, hopefully, I get to spend eternity with him. So I also love, including God in everything that I do because he helps me like face my fears, like things that I've never, like I would have never done on my own. And I don't know, it's just an amazing feeling. I get all of my confidence from him. And again, like just thinking about my past, like I am just a totally different person before the Lord. Like I was a completely different person. Like I'm telling you, like if you think, if you are hanging on to that old me, if you met me a year ago, I am totally different. Like I'm gonna have to reintroduce myself to you because I am just completely different. I don't think the same. I don't look the same. I am just completely different. And it's like, again, when you have the Holy Spirit, when you have God living within you, you just move so differently. You're a new creation. Literally. It's the best. Listen, I am in love with myself. I've never been more in love with myself. And I don't say that to brag or I think that like I'm not being, what's the word? I can't even think of the word because I would never be this way. I'm too humble. But people who are just like full of themselves, like all they see is them, all they care about is them. Absolutely not. I don't mean it in that way. It's just like I am just in love with the person that God created me to be. Literally. And I could just I I am never going back. This brain, like I be thinking about so many different things. That's another reason why you guys may see me pause a lot as I'm speaking because it's a lot going on up here. So I just need a second to think about, what I want to say. But yeah, I think I basically touched everything. Um And I thank you guys for listening. I thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And have a blessed and amazing day. I love you, but Christ loves you more. And I will see you guys on the next episode.